Hello everyone, welcome back to English class. Dear students, today we are going to read a lesson from the supplementary reader book An Alien Hand. Name of the chapter is also An Alien Hands. So let's get started. Okay, here is the introduction. The superior technology of the people of Mars detects an alien spacecraft coming towards their planet. This spacecraft is actually the Viking 1, which is sent from Earth to investigate if there is any life on Mars. But what happens when the alien spacecraft lands on Mars and the people of Earth find out about the people living on Mars? So, people of Mars were hiding themselves from the people of Earth. It is then a very interesting part of the technology related to NASA, related to space, related to our Earth and Mars. So, before to start, here is an introduction which is given in the book. Let's read the Viking mission, which was composed by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So, after this information, you will be able to relate the chapter from the reality. Let's talk about it. Have you heard of the Viking mission to Mars? The National Aeronautics and Space Administration's NASA Viking mission to Mars was composed of two spacecrafts, Viking 1 and Viking 2, each consisting of an orbiter and a lander. The primary objectives were to obtain images and samples of the Martian surface and soil and search for any possible signs of the life. They wanted to see if there is any life on Mars or not. And I hope everybody knows about the planet, our solar system. There is no need to discuss about all these things here. Viking 1 was launched on 20th August 1975 and arrived at Mars on 19 June 1976. So here it is the year 1976 in which this space mission has been conducted, and Viking 2 was launched on 9th September 1975 and entered Mars orbit on 7th August 1976. Besides taking photographs and collecting other science data on the Martian surface, the two landers conducted 3 biology experiments to look for possible signs of life. As of now, there is no clear evidence of the presence of living microorganisms in the soil near the landing sites. Means the main objective of that mission were to clarify or to find out the signs of life on the Mars. Okay, but still today's time there is no particular sign like that. But you can say it is an imaginary story, or what happened when these two spacecraft landed on the Mars, then how the Mars people of the Mars planet reacted. So this story revolves around it. Here is the small key points which we are going to read in the upcoming session. Tilu and his parents live beneath the surface of a planet under artificial conditions. Tilu has heard and read about the sun and the stars. He has never seen them. Tilu's father goes to work through a secret passage and Tilu wants to know all about it. Tilu is the name of the character about which we will talk. So let's get started on the page number 67. Tilu, how often have you been told not to go that way? But why does daddy go there every day? Because that's his job, Tilu. This is a conversation between Tilu, the main character, and his mother. As we have told that they lived under the beneath the Mars surface areas in an artificial condition, and Tilu was restricted by his mother to go anywhere. So but why does a specific place was there from which his daddy used to go? Because that's his job, Tilu. Because Tilu's daddy's job was there, so he always used to move from that side, but he was not allowed to enter there. That ways was an underground passage. Tilu's father went every day for work along that passage, and every day he came back from that direction. What lay at the end of the forbidden route? Not only Tilu, but a great majority of the community would have liked to know. Tilu's father was one of the select few permitted to go that way. The above conversation invariably took place between Tilu and his mother whenever he insisted on following his father. What happened? See, wherever they lived, Tilu, his mother, and his father, what happened? His father, Tilu's father, used to go in the same direction every day. It is an underground passage, okay, and returned from that place only, and nobody was allowed to move there. Tilu always insisted, always request, or always become very stubborn to move there, but his mother stopped him. Similarly, many other people, great majority of community, wanted to know where his father moving, where they always used to go in the morning time, and from where he returned, but they were not allowed to go there because it was the specific place and only selected persons were allowed to go there. So these conversation which we have read here was taking place between Tilu and his mother, and always it is the you can say it invariably conversation took place, means most of the time it took place whenever his father moved from the home, and Tilu wanted to follow his father. Next, today, however, was different. Tilu's father was enjoying a siesta at home, and Tilu managed to get hold of his security card. Then, evading his watchful mother's eye, Tilu made his way to the forbidden passage. Okay, here is the word siesta, which means a nap, a short rest or nap after lunch. So, every day the discussion held only, but it is the different day. What happened then? Tilu's father was enjoying a small nap after the lunch, and Tilu, what he did, as he saw his father was just sleeping, he got the security card of his father, because as if you have ever seen any technical movie in which great drama and technicals and robots and many other things were going on, then you have seen like if you wanted to enter somewhere, then a special kind of security card must be there, right? So he managed to get hold of his security card, and evading his watchful mother's eyes, means he just made a passage, made a way from his mother's eye, okay, and Tilu just went to the forbidden passage, okay, that passage where the entries were restricted. A metal door barred his entry, but Tilu had watched his father slip the magic card into a slot. He did the same, and the door opened noiselessly. A well-lit passage seemed to beckon him. Okay, so what happened? As a metal door barred his entry, okay, at the entry gate, metal door was there, but Tilu just put the magic card, and obviously the door opened noiselessly. Without a noise, the door opened because of the security card, right? And a well-lit passage seemed to beckon him. Okay, beckon him means lighted his way in the passage. Snatching the card here, snatching the card which had come out of another slot in the wall, Tilu started his march along a gentle upward slope, for the passage led from the underground habitat to the surface of the planet. Tilu looked forward to seeing the sun, if it was daytime, or the stars, if it was night, about which he had heard and read so much. So, habitat means shelter or home. So, what happened as he snatching the card which had come out of another slot in the wall, he just at the entry time, from the front side he just put the card, and from the other side he just taken out the card, and afterward he was marching, he was going upwards, upward slope, right? And very gently he was moving, and he was hopping like for an underground habitant to the surface of the planet's surface, the underground home, right? He was moving towards the underground home of the planet. of their surface, of the surface area, and he was hopping, might be he was able to see some stars if it was a night time, and he was able to see some sun, sorry, one sun if it was daytime. Means he was not very aware about the timing, means day or night was going on. If it will be day, then he would be able to see the sun. If it would be night, then he would be able to see the stars, about which he had read and heard from someone. But alas, that was not to be. Tilu had underestimated the security arrangements. Invisible mechanical devices had already detected and photographed the small intruder, sent his picture to the Central Bureau, where it was thoroughly checked. And before he had advanced 10 paces, a strong hand fell heavily on his shoulder. Okay, but alas, that was not to be. Means he had just taken 10 to 15 steps, and he was imagining many things in his mind, but not. It was not there. Till had underestimated the security arrangement. He was not, he was. Not known to all these of security arrangements. He was thinking like only putting the card is sufficient, but no, many other mechanical devices were there, and they all were, sensors were there, and they can with the help of their softwares, they were able to detect, to find out what the intruder means a permit, the person who was entering without permission. He was not allowed, right? Just like a exterior person for them, and one not the allowed person, so sent his picture to the Central Bureau. They took the picture of the person, to picture of the Tilu, and just sent to the Central Bureau, and it was thoroughly checked. Means it was not the same person who always entered with the same security card. It means he was the culprit, not the particular person. And before he had advanced 10 paces, a strong hand fell heavily on his shoulder. So as he was moving only 10-15 steps, he had taken, one strong hand just pulled him from the shoulder, and gently but firmly he was escorted by security staff back home to an anxious and angry mother. While he was being scolded, he received help from an unexpected quarter. So what happened then? Escorted means taken. So what happened, as gently but firmly, means very gently they have behaved, but strongly he was escorted, he was taken back to his mother by the security staff. And his mother, obviously very anxious, very curious, and very angry also. While he was being scolded, he received help from an unexpected quarter. Obviously he was being scolded from his mother, he got a very unexpected angerness, he showed the angerness of his mother, and obviously he got help from the unexpected quarter also. And what was that? Let me explain to him, darling, said his father, who had just got up. If he is properly briefed, he will not do such a thing again, he started to explain. And what helped? Who helped him, or who saved him from his mother? His father. What happened? Then his father just waken up from his sleep and told to his wife not to scold him. And I will explain all the things, because if he is properly briefed mean told or informed about the things or about the securities of my passage, of my work, then obviously he will not repeat all the things again. Listen, Tilu, I work on a surface where an ordinary person cannot survive, because the air is too thin to breathe, and where the temperature is so low that you would freeze to death. Okay, so now what the complications are there, which kind of complications are his father facing? He was explaining, he was saying, listen Tilu, where I worked, it was not an ordinary place, right? So an ordinary person, a person like you, cannot go there, cannot survive here, because of the atmospheric conditions. And the conditions were like, air is too thin to breathe, air is not breathable, and the temperature is so low that you can freeze to death. Okay, so you can't survive there. But Daddy, how do you manage to survive? Now Tillu was asking, then how could you survive if I will not able to? Then because I go well equipped and a special suit with a reservoir of oxygen, I can keep warm, and my boots are specially designed to make it easy for me to walk on the surface. What move? I have been trained to survive and work on the surface. Means his father was well trained, well equipped. Whenever he went on to his surface, whenever he went to his work, he always well equipped. Means he was having a oxygen cylinder with him, oxygen, backup of oxygen also. He was having very special suit so that it could keep him warm, and obviously he was trained by the specialist so that he could survive and work there. Without all these equipments, nobody can survive and go there. There was a time when our forefathers lived on the surface quite naturally. Indeed, they did so for millions of years, but time changed. The very sun which had provided us with sustenance turned hostile. It changed only slightly, but the change was sufficient to upset the balance of nature on this planet. So now the father was explaining all the things about the Mars planet, and according to him, he was saying there was a time when our forefathers, means fathers of our grandfathers, lived on the surface quite naturally. Now according to him, according to his father, the many years ago, they were living on the earth like on the Mars as we are living on the earth. Okay, so he was explaining the things as we are living here. So a million years ago, or indeed they do so for millions of years, the people lived on the Mars, but time changed. And what happened? The very sun which had provided us with sustenance turned hostile. Means the sun which was providing life now become dangerous. It changed only slightly, but the change was sufficient to upset the balance of nature on this planet. As the sun changed slightly, means become very lifesaver to dangerous, but it changed the nature of the planet completely. Okay, now he was blaming the sun, but why? First, the birds became extinct, the animal followed, the fish couldn't bear it anymore either. We managed to survive only because of our superior technology, but we were forced to live underground under artificial conditions. Thanks to solar energy, we can generate sufficient power to make our life comfortable. But the machines which make this possible must always be in a good working condition. Some of them are on the surface. I belong to the team whose responsibility is to keep watch on them and to survive them. Dear student, just imagine you are living on the earth. As we are saying, the global warming is going on and many other polluted things are going on. So we are saying that it will be in after many years or in the future, we will not be able to survive here because of the polluted air, because of the global warming. So similarly, these things happened on the Mars. Okay, so accordingly, birds gone. First of all, the birds extinct, they vanished completely, then animals vanished completely, and afterwards fish was not able. It means air, forest and the water, they all become dangerous. They all just vanish from the planet. That's why these three creatures just vanished away and we managed to survive. And now he was saying that we, means Tillu, his father and many other people, they were surviving only because of the technology, not because of the natural conditions, but we forced to live underground under artificial conditions. After those things, they were just forced to live under the underground with the artificial conditions, not in the natural conditions. And thanks to solar energy, obviously if they were living in the artificial conditions, they have to manage many things. They were using every technology, and obviously they need power, and they got power from the solar energy. Okay, so from the solar energy they were able to generate the sufficient power and their life was becoming possible. But obviously if they were using machines, they were having cylinders, they were having many other things, obviously it must be in the proper condition. So all the machines, all the technology must be in the proper condition to make life possible. And the work of his was, I belong to the team whose responsibility is to keep watch on them and to survive them. So what was his responsibility? To just manage the machines. Daddy, can I join the team when I grow up? Of course, if he want to set his father. Now he was saying he was wishing to join his group after his maturity. Means whenever he will grow up, he wanted to join his father. And yes, his father was saying you could join, but for that you must be a good boy and do as your parents tell you. His mother had as usual the last word. So his mother was ending with the the conversation with the words, obviously you could join your father when the time will come, but for that purpose from now you should be a good boy as your parents told you. Means just follow the parents words, and in the future you would be able to work like your father. So here is the end of the part 1, and I hope you all have understood and enjoyed the life of Mars very much. Thank you.